Yeah, I guess a lot of times they didn't have audio with the wrestling. It just had a silent broadcast. So Doug Dyke, I did wrestling on the radio and on TV 25 years ago. I told these radio guys down here, I haven't done this in 10 years. He emailed me 2 days ago and asked me if I'd do it. So
that's good.
We'll try.
Doug's trying to get me.
Good evening, everybody. This is going to be a test here at the beginning of this broadcast as we try to make sure with the main office that we're good on audio. We have a good clear picture of the mat, and we're looking at a very, very big dual meet tonight in the Big 7 Wrestling League between 2-0 Bald Eagle and 2-0 Central Mountain. And Central Mountain has concluded their warm-ups. We are awaiting Bald Eagle to come out to the usual fanfare here at home, the noise, the spotlight over the center of the mat. And we have a packed house here tonight in Wingate. It's really, it's a great thing to see. And I'm still looking for that signal from the office. But this is Todd Warner with you tonight from the Eagles Nest in Wingate. When we get started tonight, action's going to get underway at 126 pounds. And I see the athletic director is coming back into the house right now. He's given me a thumbs up that we have good audio, so we'll watch the Eagles warm up here. And as a little bit of a preview, we'll talk about how the season's gone so far. Coach Gano's team, as I said, comes in here 2-0 tonight. On Tuesday night, the Eagles won arguably the biggest dual meet they've won at home in years, certainly the biggest dual meet that they've won in the little bit over one full season that Coach Gano's been the head coach. They defeated Huntington on Tuesday here 35-30, and with that, they have defeated 2 of their 7 opponents already in the Mountain League, and you would think 2 of the better ones with a 40-30 win over Clearfield on December 12th, and then a 35-30 win over perennial power now Huntington on Tuesday night. The Eagles are in full control of their own destiny as far as the Mountain League race is concerned. Tonight against Biff Walliser's powerful Central Mountain Wildcats, the Eagles are looking to make a major statement and actually take early control of the vaunted Big 7 Wrestling League. And the Big 7 features Bald Eagle, Altoona, State College, Bellefonte, Jersey Shore, Central Mountain, and Shikellamy. So that is a separate league. The Eagles are in contention every year for 2 different league championships. One is a wrestling-only league, the Big 7. The other is part of their affiliation in the 8-team all-sports conference, the Mountain League. The Eagles are warming up. As I mentioned at the beginning, we are going to get started with the bout at 126, which according to the program will feature Bald Eagle senior Lucas Holderman, who was one of the huge heroes in the win over Huntington on Tuesday night. Lucas was in a tight battle and ended up with a fall, picking up a fall when he used his hips, double grapevined his opponent and got a fall on 5:38. That was 6 huge points that sprung the Eagles early in that dual meet. That dual meet started at 120, and before he took the mat, the Eagles were down 3-0. That fall put the Eagles in good position the rest of the way, and despite it being a back-and-forth affair, that turned out to be one of the key difference makers in a huge win over Huntington. We're going to have the formal introductions here in just a moment. We had a huge double mat dual meet beforehand between the Central Mountain and BEA elementary programs, and we have a packed house, one of the largest crowds I've seen in this gym at Wingate in a long time, and that's the way it ought to be. A couple of nights before Christmas, and the gym in Wingate's packed again. It brings back memories of the 70s and 80s and 90s, and for some folks in this house, they've been waiting a long time to see this environment come back. So we're going to take just a short break here as they line up, and I'll let you listen to the introductions from events director Jim Gardner. And as Coach Gardner mentions, we're gonna have 3 exhibition bouts to start here, and then the sequence will be we'll have the national anthem, and then the introductions for the varsity dual meet. So everybody sit back and enjoy. And we don't have any names unless they're announced on the PA. We don't have any names of the wrestlers here in these exhibition bouts. I'm gonna step aside for a second and try to get a clear name so we can give you this bonus action before the varsity dual meet begins. We have Xander Ballack of Bald Eagle coming out here in the first exhibition bout. Xander's a freshman lightweight. He is, and his opponent from Central Mountain, we don't have the name, but we're going to focus on Xander here. We're underway, and in these exhibition bouts, they wrestle a standard 2-2-2, just as the varsity does. Right now, the Central Mountain is trying to control the elbows and the wrists. Both varsity coaches and full staffs are, and full teammate benches are lined up here. They're off the mat with 1:37 to go in the first period, and we're scoreless. Bala controlling that front headlock, which used to be a Bald Eagle staple, and they've kind of brought that back in recent years. Oh, and he reaches down to pick the ankle. He came in a little too high, and Central Mountain was able to fend that off. We're scoreless with about 1:10 to go in the first period. That front headlock attempt didn't work, and Xander shoots him off the mat. With 1:10 to go exactly in the first period, we're still scoreless. He's staying in very good position, and again, just still learning in a freshman. He's trying to tie a front headlock up again from his feet, trying to work on the right side of his opponent, and Central Mountain, good counter. They've seen that, over the years, clear back to the days of Bald Eagle, Nittany, and Lock Haven. Central Mountain kids know that Bald Eagle over the years has had many very dominant wrestlers that opened with front headlock attempts. We're down to 35 seconds to go in the first period. We're still scoreless. Both wrestlers looking to try to get that early advantage. And now Xander fends off a simple snap-by attempt by the Central Mountain wrestler. He's working ahead. Xander's trying to control the right wrist. So far, he's doing that. Down on the knee, we're under 20 seconds to go, and we're still scoreless. This has been a very even matchup so far in this opening exhibition bout, as Bald Eagle and Central Mountain are going to go into the Christmas holiday season. One of them with a undefeated dual meet record, and one of them with 1 loss. The first period ends, and we're scoreless here. Xander Ballack of Bald Eagle. He gets a choice. He looks to the bench, glances at the referee, defers. Central Mountain opponent takes down, so Xander will start the second period scoreless and in the top position. He gets set up on the left side. As he gets set up on the left side, what's that? You're fine. And just that quick, we had a brief interruption, but while we have that, we're well on our way. And Central Mountain, the short stand and cut through on a sit, ended up with a reversal. So Xander trails 2-0. He's on the bottom with 1:30 to go in the second period. Underneath the claw, as we used to refer to it back in the day. And now the Central Mountain wrestler gave up on that, and he's kind of working the left side and staying generally parallel, trying to run that double wrist ride on Xander. Xander's got to work to his feet here. Central Mountain has a leg laced on the left side, and that's always a tough thing to get out of. Well, now he breaks out of that, but he's still in control. He's got Xander broken prone to the mat. He comes in with a crossface off that left side, maybe trying to force a crossface cradle, which has been a staple of the Clinton County powerhouse for a long time. He gives up on that. Now he's just trying to. Now he's coming back over the top with a cradle attempt. Xander fights that off nicely. They're on the edge of the mat on the far side with 40 seconds to go in the period. Xander's to his feet. He tries to come out. He doesn't come out. Can't clear the hands. He's brought back to the mat. We have a half a minute to go in the second period. It's 2-0. That quick reversal at the start of the second period has Xander trailing 2-0. We're down to 20 seconds to go. Still an even match. That left leg is laced and trapped, and he's going to have to fight that out of there. He's coming to his feet. He is to his feet. We have 12 seconds left, and they're off the mat with 11 to go. Central Mountain still in control. And we have a situation here where Xander needs to get up and at least try to get one. And he's up to his feet. Nice explosion. He comes back down. We have an interlock. We have an interlock on Central Mountain. That's going to be a huge point. Now Xander's cutting. He almost came out to tie that match. The referee stops it with 1 second to go in the second period. And Xander's going to be awarded a penalty point, technical violation, and interlock on his opponent. So with 1 second to go, now he's in a little bit better shape because he'll have the choice. That'll end the period. We go to the third period, and Xander Ballack trails 2-1. It's his choice, and he's going to stay down. And he's going to obviously try to get out and either tie this thing or get a reversal and take the lead. He's set. He's up to his feet. He's returned to the mat. He's shown very good conditioning so far, and that's going to need to continue. He's a move away from tying this thing or taking the lead. He's trying to work up. Central Mountain is working, not even a spiral ride because he didn't throw in a half. He's throwing in a leg on the left side, and he can't get it in. Xander counters that nicely. They're off the mat. Xander trails 2-1. We have 1:39 to go in the bout. And he's going to get set on the bottom again, down 2-1. Central Mountain set on the left side. We're up. Xander's to his feet immediately, and he's brought back to the mat, tripped on the left side. I don't know, maybe an inside switch might work on this setup if we have one. Just a tight waist ride, and now Xander's broken prone to the mat with 1:20 to go in the bout, and he's only down 2-1. He is one move away, 1 point away from making this a whole different bout. He's going to have to fend off a leg ride now. As his opponent takes the legs out, he's under there. He was a little attempt at a power half maybe, and now kind of raking on the face. The referee's down there looking at it. We have a minute to go and counting. It's still 2-1. Xander's going to try to. He's working up. He's up to his knees. He's now up to his feet, and he needs to stay on the mat. He needs to stay on the mat, not get pushed off. Stay up on the mat. He cuts loose. He hits a standing switch, and he gets a reversal with 43 seconds to go on the edge of the mat. They're off the mat with 41 to go, and Xander Ballack has a 3-2 lead with a beautiful move there. And now we either have blood time or injury time. He instantly signaled, so I think he's pointing at his nose. And there come the alcohol wipes and everything out onto the mat, so I guess we have blood time. 41 seconds to go, third period. Xander Ballack gave up a reversal 23 seconds into the second period. Fell behind 2-0. And then a nice job. Got to his feet a couple of times and got an interlock call late in the second period. And in the third period here, never quit, and after being ridden for a minute and 17 seconds, he hit a really nice, came to his feet, popped to what amounted to an inside switch, and got a reversal with 43 seconds left. There's 41 to go now. When we resume here after they get the blood cleaned up, Xander will be on top with a 1 point lead and 41 seconds to go. A huge crowd here tonight at Wingate, and it's good to see Scott DeVore's got several trainees down there in the sports trainer program, I believe. Now, there were a few nights ago when we wrestled Huntington here. I see the same two gentlemen are out there with Scott tonight. I think the blood time's been cut now. It's cleanup time, and we'll get restarted. This Central Mountain kid is likely to try to explode off the bottom. He needs to. Neither wrestler has been warned for stalling. And right now the difference in the bout is a technical violation interlock penalty on the Central Mountain wrestler late in the second period. Xander set on the left. Central Mountain's to his feet. Xander breaks him down, and off the mat they go, and that only took 3 seconds, so we'll restart with 38 to go in the third period, and Xander leading 3-2. Xander getting set again. Hand on left elbow. We have a caution on Xander. The Bald Eagle bench doesn't like it. At least 4 of the 7 coaches down there had something to say about that. We're going to get reset. The referee calms things down. Xander's set. Central Mountain again to his feet. Xander has to break him down. He breaks him down. He traps the leg. And Central Mountain kid is, no points have been awarded yet, but he's out, so it's a matter of 1 or 2. I think it's going to be a matter of 1 or 2, but and now what do we got here? A lot of confusion here. The clock was stopped with 24 seconds left. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I do believe the referee held up 1 after the timers motioned him over, and it was certainly an escape from my perspective. I think he was waiting to see if that move would continue because they never physically broke contact, and he was looking to see if 2 was awarded. And I don't know why that happened as it did, but we have a 3-3 bout there, neutral, with 20 seconds to go. So now we may have, we're very close to having overtime here. Central Mountain in on a shot on the right leg. Xander's got to counter that. He's hanging on. There's 8 seconds left. The clock's running down. Xander's trying to hook up the headlock. Central Mountain has got and we're going to go to overtime. Central Mountain, a real nice single shot on the right. Xander Ballack countered and fought. We're going to go to an overtime period here. We're tied at 3. What a way to start. It's an exhibition bout, but what a way to start. Xander's in. He's in on the left leg of his opponent. A nice shot. He's got to turn the corner and clear the hip. Can he do it? He's in position to knock it. Wizard, he's coming up behind his opponent. He gets a takedown. 12 seconds into overtime. 12 seconds into the overtime bout. Xander Ballack, a Bald Eagle, has won the opening bout of the night here, an exhibition bout, and that got a nice round of applause from the Eagle crowd. And we'll have exhibition bout number 2 coming out here in just a minute. Devin Kibe, a Bald Eagle, is on the mat now. Exhibition bout number 2 of the evening. And Devin's working. He's trying to get inside position. He reaches for a leg. He didn't really shoot. He reached a long extended attempt. And now he's still got that long extended attempt. And he is pushing, and he has powered his way to a takedown. 25 seconds in. Devin Kibe, a Bald Eagle, has a 2-0 lead with 1:30 to go in the first period. But he needs to get back on top, back behind, and in control of his Central Mountain opponent. Central Mountain gets an escape with 1:22 to go in the period, and it is 2-1. They're on their feet, tapping the headgear. Kibe again in on that right leg of his opponent. This time a nice counter and spin. Central Mountain comes up with a takedown, and with a minute to go in the first period, Central Mountain leads Devin Kibe 3-2. Sorry, folks, we don't have any names of the Central Mountain wrestlers for these exhibition bouts, and I'm learning who the Bald Eagle wrestlers are through the kindness of a gentleman sitting here near the broadcast booth. We do have lineup cards set for the varsity dual meet, and Kibe's fending off a half. Central Mountain tried a half, got out of position. Devin gets a reversal. Devin Kibe has a 4-3 lead. We have half a minute to go in the second period. He is driving, and he needs to keep that half with 25 to go in the first period. Now he comes back into position, and we have under 20, and he's turned his opponent. Kibe pushing, pressing. He's close. He's looking for the fall. He gets the fall. Devin Kaiba, Bald Eagle, comes back from a 3-2 deficit with a reversal, a half, and a fall in 1:49. A minute and 49 seconds. The Eagles are off to a fine start as far as the exhibition bouts go. Okay, this next bout will be interesting. Bald Eagle sophomore Asher Burkett. And I know who Asher is from the fact that Asher was an excellent sophomore football player for the Eagles this year. I look for a lot out of number 72 in the next few seasons for Coach Jesse Nagel. And by the way, Coach Nagel's in attendance tonight watching a lot of his football players who are also happen to be wrestlers. Asher picks up a leg, very strong, working ahead. No points come out of that, but a lot of action for a couple of big guys. And we have a minute and a half to go in the first period. We're still scoreless. Asher's working on the head, trying, and the bench is telling him to just spin behind him and get a takedown. Asher is almost behind him, and now he's been awarded the takedown with 1:22 to go in the first period. Asher has a 2-0 lead. So I watched this kid week after week become more and more aggressive and more successful on the football field, and I see a lot of that confidence here. He's been very aggressive in this bout, and we have a minute 5 to go in the first period, and Asher Burkett is leading 2-0 and trying very hard to give the Eagles a 3-bout sweep of the exhibition matches here against Central Mountain. Central Mountain set on the bottom. Asher takes his position again on left elbow, right arm around the waist. All the Eagles have done that so far. Now he lets his opponent get to his feet, and he's preferring to work out front. Looks like he's trying to, I thought he might be trying to work something off a front headlock a little bit, but he's in good position here if he can bounce and spin and maybe get another takedown. Oh, and instead, that inverted spin, and we have a takedown for the Central Mountain wrestler, I believe. I thought it was 1 and then 2, maybe not. I guess he never, according to the scoreboard, he never awarded the escape, so he after all that action, was not an escape and takedown, but rather a reversal. I'm not quite sure about that one, but it's a 2-2 bout. Asher's trying to get out, and he's tied 2-2 with a half a minute to go. First period, he reaches down, and now he's still on his feet, and he's out. With 25 to go in the first period, Asher takes a 3-2 lead. And good movement, and good snap. He's snapping the head, and I've seen a lot. I saw, like I say, a lot of this good movement out of this young man in football season. When he was on the line, same kind of thing, powerful, driving through and drives a takedown. It almost goes out onto the hardwood where some of the long-time Bald Eagle faithful sit in that front row tonight. It looks like there's a lot of CM people over there. The first period appears to be running out, and Asher Burkett will take a 3-2 lead into the second period. It's his choice. He looks to the bench. I'm going to see. Let's see. Asher takes down. Probably a good choice. He got out relatively quickly after he gave up that reversal. Asher gets set on the bottom. His opponent comes in, left arm on elbow, right arm around the waist. On the whistle, Asher short. I thought he was going to use a sit attempt. Now maybe reach inside. Instead, he gets to his feet. He's been good on his feet. He gets broken back down onto the mat, but he comes right back to his feet. And he is broken down again and comes back up. Keep coming up, Asher. You'll be fine. Central Mountain kid comes across hard with a crossface on the right side, but now Asher's to his feet for the third time. He's back down on the mat again. We have an interlock. Asher's going to get a point there and go up at least 4-2. And the official stops it with 1:29 to go in the second period. We have a technical violation, a penalty point, interlock on the Central Mountain wrestler. So Asher's in good position now. He has a 4-2 lead. He's still down, so you can really help yourself here with an escape or a reversal. He tries to come right to his feet again. He's working to come to his feet. Central Mountain briefly threw in a half attempt on the right side. Asher fought out of that nicely. We have another interlock. I saw that from up here. And now the official stops that with 1:15 to go. And Asher, good things happen when you get to your feet, son. And you've gotten to your feet a lot of times here in these first 45 seconds. And you have picked up 2 interlock points and now lead 5-2. So, moral of the story there, folks, keep moving, and Asher Burkett's doing a fine job of moving throughout this bout. He's up to his feet again, and he keeps in. He's staying up, and he's up, and he cuts out for one, and it's 6-2 now. So two penalty points and an escape have given him a 6-2 lead in a period that started with him leading 3-2, and now they're neutral with under a minute to go in the second period. He's made a couple of really nice shots. He had a double leg that went well off the mat, but it was a good, hard, physical shot. And he doesn't want to get too conservative here. He's got a nice lead. He's driving through. That didn't work, and now his opponent's trying to crank up a cradle, and he takes Asher down. So Central Mountain has cut this deficit to 6-4. He's trying to pull the left arm under and turn Asher. Asher's posting and looking away, and he counters it, and he fights out of it. He needs an escape. There's 15 seconds to go in the period. It's 6-4. He's out at 7-4. We're down to 10 seconds to go in this second period. Asher Burkett. Now, right here, you don't want to make a mistake late in the period. You have a 3-point lead, and the second period will end. Asher Burkett came into the second period with a 3-2 lead. He leaves the second period with a 7-4 lead. Central Mountain's choice in the third period, he will take down. The Bald Eagle coaches are telling Asher to stay under the arms with his control. Good advice. Left elbow, right arm around the waist. He chops for the far right ankle. Gives up on that, and now he is staying under the arms. Now he's working way out front again and dropping into that. I thought he was trying to drop into that front headlock, but not really. He's trying to wrench that arm up and maybe hook up a half. Now he's reaching around. No points have been awarded. His opponent he's maintained good contact and good control of his opponent's head. We're down to a minute and a half to go. He's still in control, and he leads 7-4. And now he's doing a fine job right there. He needs to keep his opponent broken down on the mat, and maybe have the worst case thing happen here, be a stalemate. So far, we don't have that. Asher's continuing to be in control. He's keeping his weight distributed nicely. He needs to stay up on his toes. And we're down to just over a minute to go. Asher's been riding for the whole first minute of this final period. Now he's back in control on top of his opponent. We're under a minute, and he still leads 7-4. He's working on the left ankle and the right wrist. He has to pull that arm out of there. He does. Now he's under the arm on the right side and lifting on the left ankle. We're down to 45 seconds left. He's under the arm on the right side. He's wrenching a half. We're down to 40 seconds. He is keeping a lot of pressure on his opponent. He's spinning and driving and staying on his toes. We're under a half a minute, and Asher Burkett is staying on his toes nicely. He's keeping his weight on this Central Mountain opponent. We have 20 seconds left, and this match is Asher's to win right now. He's got a 7-4 lead with 15 seconds to go. He has dominated this third period. Now he's leaving his opponent. You don't want to do that. His opponent comes out with 10 seconds left. Asher is hanging on across the head. He's still in control. No escape's been awarded. And Asher Burkett will win 7-4 by riding his opponent the entire 2-minute third period. Bald Eagle area has swept Central Mountain in the 3 exhibition bouts with a 5-3 Xander Ballack win in overtime, a 1 minute and 49 second fall by Devin Kibe, and a strong 7-4 win by Asher Burkett. I believe we're going to have the national anthem now, so I'm going to take the headset off, and then we'll have the varsity lineup introductions, and with that, I'll be back on with you in a few minutes.
starting lineups. Random draw found us starting at 126. In for Central Mountain at 126, Bycel. Everybody go Lucas Quarterman. For the Wildcats at 132, Seth Hendricks. Everybody go Alex Holt. At 138 for the Wildcats, Cody Coleman. Everybody go Seth Coleno. At 145 for the Wildcats, either Logan Long or Lane Porter. Everybody go Garrett Riggle. At 152 for the Wildcats, either Austen Carson or Alonzo Henry. Everybody go either Gage McClanahan or Nate Cole. At 160 for the Wildcats, Asher Coral. Everybody go either Richard Taylor or Ben Yetzko. At 170 for Central Mountain, Tanner Weaver. Everybody go either Tylerhall or Bailey Urban. At 182 for the Wildcats, Austen Comfort. Everybody go Dylan Bycel. At 195 for the Wildcats, Tanner Riggle. Everybody go either David Close or Riley Bechtel. 220 for the Wildcats, Malik House. Everybody go either Close or Bechtel. At 285 for the Wildcats, Jacob Edwards. Everybody go Kurt Hall. At 106 for the Wildcats, Anson Zimmerman. Everybody go Cooper Gilla. At 113 for Central Mountain, Johnny Schreffler. Everybody go Garrett Gidra. And at 120 for the Wildcats, Dalton Bechtel. Everybody go Drake Holderman.
Okay, I'm back on the headset. We're going to have the coin toss. I know Bald Eagle assistant Kyle Wallace was telling me that this was actually a pretty important part of this dual meet from his perspective. And Bald Eagle won the toss, which I believe was something that the Eagles really were hoping would happen here tonight. We're going to open up with about between Lucas Holderman, a Bald Eagle, a senior, and Seiler from Central Mountain. Now, Central Mountain, their original lineup card had a wrestler, Caden Boosie, listed here, but Seiler's coming out. Lucas Holderman for Bald Eagle. Lucas was a hero, as I said, on Tuesday night in the 35-30 win over Huntington. Really tight bout. David Seiler of Central Mountain and Lucas Holderman of Bald Eagle. And we're underway here. Holderman snapped by, quick takedown, 5 seconds into the bout. Lucas Holderman has a 2-0 lead. He likes to use legs, and he throws one in on the right side, and he's reaching cross-body across under the left arm of Seiler. We're down here right in front of the scores table. Now he takes that leg out and jumps over and tries to hook up a cradle. Well, that didn't work, so he threw the right leg back in, keeping his hips. He almost got too high. Did a really good job coming back in position, and we have a near escape, but we don't have the escape. With 1:29 to go in the first period. Now Seiler's out for one. Holderman leads 2-1, and he's still shooting, and they're on the edge on the far side. They're off the mat with 1:19 to go. Lucas Holderman, that early takedown, has a 2-1 lead. This is a big bout for Bald Eagle. They're all big, but this is a big one. This is one the Eagles thought they had a shot to win. Nice double leg and another takedown. Holderman goes up. Lucas Holderman's up 4-1 with just over a minute to go, and he's got his opponent broken down. Now he's riding. He's got the leg laced on the left side. He jumps out of that. He hooks up a cradle on the right side. He's rocking it back. He's trying to get back points. He is rocking Seiler back. He is getting the count. Lucas has back points. Lucas has Seiler in a cradle. Lucas pins him in Bald Eagle area. In 1 minute and 8 seconds, Lucas Holderman has racked up a fall. with a cradle, and BEA leads Central Mountain 6-0, and we're going to 132 in Wingate. 2 takedowns, a cradle, and a fall. A great start for the Eagles. And now we have Alex hold the ball. They go. Central Mountain, one of their standouts in Seth Andrus. A quick takedown. He gets a takedown in the first 5 seconds. He's going to get a near fall at least out of that. The official has 2 points down, a quick count. He's running a bar on the left. He's got that far wrist trap. He's got hold on his back. He was never awarded the back points yet, but it may not matter. Andrus is pressing. He's pressing. It's very close. Andrus is pressing. Alex is fighting and fighting and fighting here. It's a tough position to be in. Alex is fighting, and he's trying to fight it off. He's trying to roll through. He comes out, and he gets one. A 3-point near fall for Andrus, an escape for Holton. They're off the mat with 1:08 to go. A fine job by Alex Holt to fight off what was a very, very bad early situation. No, he didn't give him one. So I stand corrected. He had it flashed down. He wiped it off. It's 5-0. Alex starts on the bottom. Andrus went into a quick tilt, got a 1 count, no points. Andrus barring the right arm of Holt, now back in, roll underneath for a tilt. He gets another 1 count. The official says no, not enough. We have 50 seconds to go in the first period. Andrus has a 5-0 lead. Andrus hooks up a cradle. He rocks Alex back. Alex has to fight that. He's going to have to fight it a long time. We still have over half a minute to go in the period. Andrus is pressing. He's all stretched out. Alex is fighting. He turns back into it. He's fighting the other way. And Andrus gets the fall in 139. So they called it a barn burner. We started out with a couple of quick falls. Andrus got a fall in 139, and we're tied at 6-6. No stoppage in the action here. Now we have a dandy lined up here with Bald Eagle Standout. Seth Kaleno's in, immediately takes Cody Coleman of Central Mountain down at 138. And he cuts him out loose, and it is 2-1, and we are 9 seconds into this bout. 1:51 to go in the period. Seth Kaleno, undefeated Bald Eagle Standout, is in on another takedown. He's got a 4-1 lead. He's pulling Coleman back on the mat, working on Coleman's right side. He's got that low leg laced, and he's got it laced good, so he's in really, that comes loose. Seth's in great position here, though. And he spins around with 1:29 to go. 1:29 to go in the first period. Seth has a 4-1 lead. Coleman takes his position on the bottom. Seth's going to go optional start. It looks like he's going to let Coleman loose. He does. Well, he left him loose, and it's 4-2. They're neutral, and they go off the mat with 1:23 to go in the first period. We have a 6-6 team score in the dual meet. It's the third bout of the night. Seth Kaleno is in, going pummel position. Off the mat they go with 1:19 to go. Seth Kaleno leading Cody Coleman 4-2. And Seth is being very aggressive. Coleman doesn't look like he wants to stick around out there with him too much. A lateral drop, and Seth takes Coleman straight to his back. He's going to come out of that with something big. He's got the takedown. Coleman fought out of that, rolled through it, it looks like. Seth's getting back in position. The official has some back points counted and down, but not awarded yet. We have under a minute to go in the first period. Seth powers off, maintains control. 2-point near fall. Seth Kaleno now leads 8-2 with 49 seconds to go in the first period. We're at 138. Cody Coleman of Central Mountain takes down. Seth is going to go optional start again. Let's see what he's going to do with it. He immediately drops in. It looks like he was going to try to drop into a cradle on the right side. Instead, that inverted front headlock, he's got Coleman in a lot of trouble. Seth has a lot of time, and he's had 2 technical falls so far in dual meets. And Seth is trying to rack up a fall here. Every point counts in this dual meet. Seth has him locked up. He has him locked up, but not maybe in position to get the fall. He takes him back to his back, and he gets the fall in 139, and Bald Eagle has a 12-6 lead after 3. A fall in 139 for Coleno, and we have a big one coming up here now, I believe. Let's see who Central Mountain sends out. Central Mountain, Bald Eagle will send Garrett Rigg to the mat. Yeah, this we thought this would be a huge and pivotal bout. Bald Eagle's Garrett Rigg and Central Mountain's Logan Long. Bald Eagle leads the team score 12-6. This is the 4th bout of the night, and Garrett Rigg and Logan Long are most likely, not for sure, but most likely, maybe going to have the first bout tonight that gets into the second period. We've had 3 first period falls so far, 2 by BEA, 1 by Central Mountain. We're scoreless here with 1:35 to go in the first period at 1:45. Long in on a leg. He's got a single. He's trying to switch to a double. Really good position, staying heavy on the head is Garrett Rigg. Reaching in, not really a whizzer. Now he's whizzering with that right arm, and he's trying to push the head of Long under. He's heavy on the head. He's got his hips in good position. Garrett's going to battle that to something good, I think. We're going to maybe see, I thought we might see a stalemate, but he just completely breaks free of that. And now with 1:10 to go, he's working a front headlock, trying to come around, controlling that arm off a Japanese whizzer. We're scoreless with 1:05 to go in the first period. We're still neutral. Garrett is really looking to pick up what would be a huge win for the Eagles. A huge win. They're all huge tonight when you face mighty Central Mountain, the kings of District 6 in either class for seems like a generation now. And they're kind of, we have a little bit of guys trying to figure out which way, who's going to have the opportunity. A low single shot on the right leg. Coleman or Long is in on the leg of Rigg. Rigg's got that whizzer with his right arm. We have under half a minute to go. I thought, and Garrett fought off that one nicely, and now he's digging down and he's going to try to cross-face his way out of that. Long still hanging on to the leg, but he's broken down prone on the mat. We have a stalemate with 13 seconds to go. We are scoreless with 13 seconds to go in the first period between BEA's Garrett Rigg and Central Mountain's tough Logan Long. And this bout's about going so far about the way we thought it might. It looks like we're going to have a scoreless first period, 2-1, and that will be the buzzer. And Garrett Rigg and Logan Long are going to the second period scoreless. It's Garrett Rigg's choice. And he doesn't defer. He takes down with his choice in the second period. He gets set. Long looking. Long will go right arm around the waist, left arm on the elbow. Garrett gets right to his feet. Long brings him back to the mat. Long throws a half in on that left side. But Garrett stands up, now tries to roll through. He rolls through, and he reverses on a big flurry of action. Garrett picks up a reversal in front of the scorers table, and he will have a 2-0 lead with 1:43 to go in the second period. Garrett Rigg has a 2-0 lead over Central Mountain's Logan Long. Long is set on the bottom. Really nice motion and move there. Garrett gets set. Garrett gets cautioned for starting a little early on top. He's going to go left arm around the waist and ride the right side, right elbow. That's the first time we've seen a wrestler from either team do that tonight. On the whistle, Long kind of balls up underneath to get himself in position. He's to his feet. He's got hand control, and he's out with 1:35 to go in the second period. Garrett Rigg leads 2-1. And now a takedown for either one would be huge. Long made a nice fade move there. Rigg kind of batted away from it. Rigg, another one of these kids that this year came out for football and had a fine year, especially on the defensive side of the ball for Coach Jesse Nagel. Using that athleticism, and he shoots. And off the mat they go with 1:07 to go in the second period. We'll be neutral. Garrett Rigg leading 2-1. Bald Eagle leads the team score 12-6 on the whistle. The Bald Eagle bench, the coaching staff getting a little animated over there. I think they were trying to tell him to pick the pace up. He's tying up that Russian tie, sort of. on the right side. And now he's got it. Long's trying to control the left wrist, and with that, so now we just have the overhook, underhook. Rig drops underneath, Garrett drops underneath, and after that big flurry of move, no points, 42 seconds left in the second period, and Garrett Rig leads 2-1. We're neutral again. Keep in mind that Long will have the choice in the final period, so it would be really nice if Garrett could come up with some type of scoring move here late in this period. And we're counting down at the 25-second mark now. Garrett's got a 2-1 lead. That reversal early in the second period is a difference so far. Long controlling the wrists. Garrett comes loose and goes collar tie with his right arm. And now they drop down with 10 seconds left in the period. And Long shoots Garrett, almost faded behind him, but they're going to start neutral with 7 seconds left in the period. They go off the mat. And Garrett Rig has a 2-1 lead in what would be an enormous bout for Bald Eagle. And they're going to let the period run out. The period runs out. It's going to be Long's choice to the third. Garrett leads 2-1, and Long will take down, knowing an escape will tie this bout. So Garrett has a 2-1 lead. And this bout so far for 4 minutes has been as good as advertised. As good as the pre-meet hype about it was going to be. Garrett running tight waist around the right side, chopping on the left arm. He breaks Long down for a moment. He floats behind him and lets him out. So with 1:50 to go, Long gets an escape. We're in the third period. We're tied at 2. We're neutral, and we have a packed house here at Wingate. Long taps ahead. He goes collar tie. Garrett comes up collar tie. Now it's whoever has wrist control. They're both looking at it. They're both working on it. Neither one wants to make a mistake, and we have a stalemate. The official tells him to pick up the action. 1:29 to go in the bout. We're tied at 2, and we're neutral. A fade. Now that Russian tie on the right side. And Garrett drops in, and he takes Long down, and he takes Long. Did he get back points? The official says no. The Bald Eagle fans may not like that. The bench may not like it. He nearly had a near fall, but he did get a takedown, and he has a 4-2 lead. He is stretching with a half. He has a leg in on the right side, and he can't quite turn Long there. He was working on it. We're under a minute to go. He's got a leg in on the right side. He's got it laced good and tight. His hips are in good position, and he's trying to jam the half in. He can't get it. Now he's going to be rolled, and off the mat they go with 45 seconds to go in the bout. Garrett Rig has a 4-2 lead, and he will be in the top position when we resume. Long is set on the bottom, ready to go. Garrett looks at the Bald Eagle bench. What's he going to do? He's going to come in this time. He's going to go right arm around the waist, left arm. There's a caution. A second false start. That's 2. And we can't afford another one. And now the whistle does start. He grabs that ankle. He bars an arm. He's running. He's driving. He's lifting. He's lifting. He is pushing Long. He's got a count. He's going to have a near fall. He's got a near fall. He's got at least 2 back points. And those are huge because Long comes around, gets a reversal. And off the mat they go. A 2-point near fall for Garrett Rig. A 2-point reversal for Logan Long. And Garrett Rig leads 6-4. There's 24 seconds left, and he is on the bottom. He gets set. Long going to try to turn him? It looks that way. Long is going to go right arm around the waist, left arm in the elbow. On the whistle. Long has to turn him. Garrett has to fend that off. Long tries a half and trip. He's running. He's trying to run a half, and that Garrett turns and looks away. We're under 10 seconds. Garrett Rig has a 6-4 lead. Long's posting an arm across the back. There's 3, 2, 1, and Bald Eagle will take a 15-6 lead as Garrett Rig has defeated Logan Long. And the Central Mountain folks, I think we're looking for a team point deduction from Bald Eagle there. I looked away. There looked like a little bit of flurry of activity afterward. Here we have Gage McClenahan, a bald eagle. Alonzo Henry of Central Mountain, and Gage McClenahan takes him down immediately. And Bald Eagle really now with a 15-6 lead. This is the fifth bout of the night. And there's a lot of wrestling to go, but so far things are going pretty well for Coach Ronnie Gano's Eagles, and Gage is leading 2-1, and he spins behind and picks up a second takedown. We're only a half a minute into this. The officials trying to keep up. We got 4-2. We have a third takedown, and Gage McClenahan has a 6-2 lead. We have a minute 15 to go in the first period. Now he's slowing it down a little. He's going tight waist around the right and doing that cross wrist ride. Now he gives that up. Was going Indiana hook for a second. Now he's trying to power bar that left arm. Can't get that trapped across the back, so he's reaching underneath. He's coming across with a cross face. Gage looks very tough. And I put this plug in again because once again we have another multi-sport athlete, Gage McClenahan, marvelous athlete, one of the most complete football players, not only at Bald Eagle but in the Mountain League, and great career behind him and yet ahead of him for Coach Jesse Nagel. He leads 6-3, and he's just dominated this on his feet. And the Eagles really are looking for bonus points. That last bout was an enormous win, the Garrett Rigg 6-4 win over Logan Long. And Gage McClenahan tries that double arm cross. We call it the double arm cross. It was on the edge of the mat, so it didn't work. We're going neutral. 36 seconds to go in the first period. Gage McClenahan has a solid 6-3 lead so far. The Eagles want more. They want bonus points at this weight. You need bonus points at this weight. CM has some awful big guns coming up. And right now, Gage is boring in. He's boring inside. He drops in. He kind of loses his balance a little, and he is going to almost give up a takedown. Instead, he gets a takedown. Athleticism and balance, and Gage powers through and gets his fourth takedown of the first period. He's now tight waist around the right side and going into a parry ride on the left side, and the period will end, and Gage will have an 8-3 lead. And he needs to keep moving and keep going here. It's Henry's choice. Henry looks. Henry defers. Gage has the choice. Gage has an 8-3 lead. He will take down to start the second period. Bald Eagle leads Central Mountain 15-6. Gage is to his feet immediately. An inside switch. He's got a reversal. He's got a 10-3 lead. He cuts Henry loose. It's 10-4. They're neutral. Gage goes collar tie. He's bearing in. He's got a nice solid 6-point lead. And you can hear Eagle fans in the background telling Gage we need it. Yes, we do. And there's the headlock, and Gage takes Henry almost to his back. He hit it so hard, he got a takedown, but I don't know. We don't know what we've got there. We got a 2-point near fall. It's 14-4 with 1:29 to go in the second period. Gage leads 14-4. Henry's on the bottom. We'll get reset, and Gage is going optional start. Let's see what he does with it. He's optional start off the left side. He stays in contact with Henry, so he hasn't yet given up the escape. He drops in, drops that front headlock, then he just kind of gives that up. There's no points here, no exchange, because he never broke control. He's trying to set up a pinning combination. He's really trying to set up a pinning combination, and the Eagles would really like him to hook up a pinning combination. Now he's got Henry broken prone to the mat. Just over a minute to go in the second period, and Gage is trying to bar. Looks like he's working a bar on that left side and trying to control, turning that right wrist under. That's actually a pretty nice combination. He's got a lot of time yet. 50 seconds to go in the second period. A 14-4 lead, and he's now driving, just trying to drive his way into a cradle. Heading aside, lifting the leg. Cranking. He's not going to get that. Henry's not moving much down there now, and Gage is now going cross-face and trying to power him over. And Central Mountain right now with 25 seconds to go in this period. As it stands right now, it's a major decision. Central Mountain wants to keep fighting, and Bald Eagle wants more out of this. Gage riding hard and tough on the left side. He's got the left leg laced. We have 10 seconds to go in the period. Gage is reaching. He's, again, he may be just trying to set something up here as we get into the third period. The second period is going to wind down and run out. And Gage McClenahan will have a 14-4 lead. We're at 1:52. We're going to the third period. Gage McClenahan has a 14-4 lead. Henry opts to take down to start. And Bald Eagle assistant coach Troy Geno gave him like 3 different instructions at one time there, and he cuts Henry loose. It's 14-5. Gage reaches, he reaches. Henry drops over. Gage is trying to work a headlock. He has Henry in a headlock. He has a takedown. He does not have back points. He has a takedown. The official looking at it. Now the official counting. He counted once. He's now counting. And let's just see how much we have here. Gage is stepping over and trying to throw in the grapevines. He pins Henry. A fall in 4:33. Bald Eagle 21, Central Mountain 6. And that is a big one, about as big as you could ask if you're BEA, to have these kind of points in this time frame. We're going to go to 160. We'll see who's coming out. Richard Taylor from Bald Eagle. Austen Carson of Central Mountain and Richard Taylor of Bald Eagle going at it at 160. Richard has shown tremendous improvement since last year. He was a hero at the Clearfield match. Things were really tight. He won a really nice 13-5 major decision. Carson takes him down here, though, and is riding tight on the right side. We have a minute and a half to go in the first period, and Carson leads 2-0. Richards he's still working, and he will keep working. And he worked really hard and came back against a high-quality opponent in Huntington on Tuesday night. So he's a fighter, and I would expect he's going to keep fighting in this bout. We have about a minute to go now in the first period. Carson's still leading 2-0. Left arm, tight waist, but he's riding parallel at the moment. Richards trying to work up. Carson's under both arms. Now he's reaching. He's trying to work the right side and reach over and hook up a cradle on the left side. Richards got to fight out of that. We have 50 seconds to go here in the first period. Carson's still leading, just 2-0. Richard comes to his feet, and he is out for 1 with 40 seconds to go in the period. He makes a shot attempt from too far out, doesn't get it. Comes back to his feet. We have half a minute to go in the first period. Carson leads 2-1. They're neutral. Good fight back from Richard Taylor. Great fight back. And he has shown in his first 2 dual meet bouts this year that he is in excellent condition. Hope we see that again tonight. Carson snaps by, gets a takedown, goes up 4-1. 15 seconds to go in the first period. Bald Eagle leads the team score 21-6 over Central Mountain. And Richard Taylor right now is fighting in the final 5 seconds of the first period, down 4-1 to Austen Carson at 160. It's Richard's choice, and Richard takes down. He trails 4-1. We're at 160. On the whistle, he starts to come up. Carson brings him back to the mat. Now Carson doing again that left arm around the waist. Now he's still going to try that cross-face cradle to where he tries to hook up a cradle on Richard's left side, and that doesn't work. Richard fighting well down there. We're moving through here in the second period. Carson still leading with a pair of first period takedowns. Carson leading 4-1. Richard working up a huge crowd here. Biggest crowd I've seen in years in this gym for a dual meet. Carson was going to try to power half off that left side, didn't get it. Richard comes to his feet, and they go off the mat. There's been no scoring here in the second period. There's 123 to go in the second period. Carson leads 4-1, and now he yields a point. We're going to start neutral. It's 4-2. We're neutral at the start of the second period, and Carson, it looked like a shot attempt, tapped in on the right leg, didn't get anything with that. Now Richard, who did a good job against his opponent at Clearfield last week, controlling the head, tried that again, but Carson, again, stayed inside, kept the control inside at the head and arm control, and gets another takedown. We have a minute to go in the second period. Carson riding with a tight waist on that, with his left arm around the waist, but he comes back to the left side, maybe trying to work a bar or something on that right side. Now he looks like he was going to try to roll underneath for a tilt. That didn't work. Richard would have none of that. It's 6-2. Carson leads with 40 seconds to go in the second period. Now he's trying to push that crossface and try to maybe once again that staple of Central Mountain, that crossface cradle, and he gets nothing there out of that. We have half a minute to go in the second period. Carson throws a leg in on the right side. They're on the edge of the mat, and Richard's not in any particular trouble, and they go off the mat with 25 seconds to go in the second period. Richard will get set on the bottom. He trails 6-2. Bald Eagle leads the team score 21-6 on the whistle. Richard pops up momentarily. Carson brings him back to the mat. Same type of setup. Carson very strong and stays in very good position here. He's running that underneath cross wrist ride using he has Richard's right arm pulled underneath, trapped underneath with his left arm. We're down to 5 seconds left in the period. Carson's got the left leg in, and we're out of time in the second period. It is 6-2 in favor of Austen Carson of Central Mountain. He leads Richard Taylor 6-2 as we head to the third period. Carson will start the third period on the bottom. And I'll tell you, Bald Eagle, regardless of what happens here tonight, this early start, this 21-6 lead, has to be happy. A quick switch, and Carson has a reversal and a 6-2 lead. He cuts Richard loose. He tries to shoot immediately, and Richard gets one. It's 8-3. We have 1:50 to go in the bout, and Austen Carson leads Richard Taylor 8-3. Richard's trying to tap the head. He has been strong in the third period of his first two dual meet bouts this year. And Central Mountain, Carson does not get a takedown there. They thought they had one. It was close. 1:35 to go. 1:35 to go in the bout. Carson leads 8-3. Richard's got to stay out there. There's a stall warning on Richard, and they're off the mat with 1:29 to go. So 1:29 to go. Carson's got a 5-point lead. Central Mountain howling. They want bonus points here. Richard's fighting and fending. Now he's moving. He's showing good movement. He's tapping the head, working the head, trying to stay in position. Carson pushing forward. He snaps by. Strug. That brought a roar from the folks north of the Beach Creek Bridge. There were no points awarded. We have 1:15 to go. Carson trying to get that takedown. He leads 8-3. They're working on the edge. Richard in on a leg. Maybe not enough power to finish it, but he's pulling it in. He's hanging on it, and they're off the mat. No points. 1:02 to go in the bout. Richard has been warned for stalling. He trails 8-3. Central Mountain is really looking for bonus points here. They made a lineup adjustment. We'll see how it works out for them. We have 50 seconds left. It's 8-3. Richard's tapping the head. Carson's bobbing. We have 40 seconds to go. And Carson gets a takedown with a double leg with 30 seconds left. He needs either a stall point or he needs to cut Richard and take him down again to get a major. And there looks like they're going to get off the mat. He cuts him loose. There's 15 seconds left. It is 10-4. It is 10-4 with 14 seconds left. The Bald Eagle bench is exhorting Richard Taylor to fight and do not give up that takedown. Central Mountain desperately wants a takedown. Long's in on a shot. He's in on a shot. Richard's fighting. He blocks it the first time. He's blocking it. He blocks it. And they're off the mat with 5 seconds to go. Central Mountain's going to be aggressive here. Carson drives. Richard sprawls. We have a regular decision. A regular decision. Austen Carson gets 3 for Central Mountain. No bonus points for the Wildcats. It's 21-9 Bald Eagle, and we're heading to 170.
8-3, 5-8, 7-3-1. Again, 8-3, 5-8, 7-3-1. Bring that winning ticket to me at the scores table. At 170 for Central Mountain National Quarrels.
Here we have Asher Quarrel, a Central Mountain, and Bailey Irvin, a Bald Eagle. Quarrel immediately went in very powerful, picked up Irvin and took him to the mat. A powerful double leg, and he gets a takedown. He's trying to crank up a cradle and hook it up on the left side, and they're off the mat with 1:34 to go, but Quarrel has a 2-0 lead over Bald Eagle's Bailey Irvin. The team score, the dual meet score, is 21-9, BEA. We're at 170. We started at 126. On the whistle, Irvin started on the bottom. He comes to his feet. The spread eagle attempt. Well, I thought we were going to see that, but Quarrel gives up on that. A lot of time all ready to go, left to go here in the first period. Quarrel's again hooking up a cradle, and he's got Irvin on his back. Bailey's kicking. Bailey's fighting. There's a 3-point near fall. Central Mountain was very close to getting a fall there, and they voiced their discontent again at not getting the match slap. Quarrel drops back into another cradle. He's got Bailey turned again. Bailey's kicking and fighting. It's very close, and there's the fall in 110. In 110. Tylerhall, a Bald Eagle, on the mat against Central Mountain standout Tanner Weaver. Looks like the Eagles are trying to make some weight adjustments. And Tanner Weaver takes Hall to his back. He takes Tyler to his back. Tyler's fighting that, but Hall gets a fall in 21 seconds. And just that quick, this duel meets tied at 21. We're moving through rapidly here, folks. We're at 195. This ought to be an interesting matchup. This ought to be a dandy battle here. Dylan Bycel, Bald Eagle, and another one of those outstanding football players for Coach Jesse Nagel, and an excellent wrestler, is in against another standout Central Mountain grappler, Tanner Riggle. And Rego narrowly misses a takedown in the opening seconds. We're scoreless. We're underway. We're at 195. And we have 148 to go. In the first 12 seconds, we've had a lot of excitement here at 195. But keep in mind that Riggle wrestled 220 earlier this year, and Dylan Bycel is actually Bald Eagle's 182-pounder. So the Eagles opted to give up some size as we get into these upper weights, and Riggle much bigger, gets a takedown, takes Dylan down, but Dylan's a fighter, and we're on the edge of the mat, 120 and counting to go. First period, they're off the mat. Riggle will lead 2-0 with 1:16 to go in the first period. Dylan gets set on the bottom. The dual meet score is tied at 21. Rego looked like he was going optional start, and then looked like he was going to drop in to try to hit a mixer or a cradle. Instead, he just drops down now on top of Dylan, and he's trying to ball Dylan up with a cross-face cradle. Dylan will have none of that. He's running a bar. I thought he was going to go to a parry. He's riding that right side. Left arm tight waist right side. Dylan cuts out for one with 52 seconds to go. It's a 2-1 bout. Dylan's in on a shot. He's in on a shot, trying to double leg Riggle. Riggle leads 2-1. Dylan driving. He's driving. He's lifting. He's got the ankles. And they're off the mat with 33 seconds to go. Dylan Bycel fighting hard against a bigger, stronger Tanner Riggle at 195. Riggle leads 2-1. There's a tap, another shot, but from too far out maybe, but Dylan's trying to turn the corner. He's driving, and he takes Riggle down, and he's driving, and he takes Riggle to his back. He has Riggle on his back. Are there back points? 2 back points with 16 seconds to go. Folks, this could be a stunning upset. There's a lot of wrestling to go here, but Dylan Bycel has a 5-2 lead over Tanner Rego of Central Mountain with 16 seconds left in the first period. Rego gets set on the bottom. Dylan goes tight waist around the right side, chops the left arm. He breaks Rego to the mat. He's cranking on the arm. He's tying underneath. He has to stay in good position and not make a mistake. The clock is running out. The first period is over. And Dylan Bycel has a 5-2 lead at 195 over who had to be a favored Tanner Riggle. It's Riggle's choice. Riggle takes down Dylan Bycel with a 5-2 lead. The biggest thing is don't get out of position here and make the mistake and get caught by the bigger man. On the whistle, Riggle tries to stand. Dylan breaks him down momentarily. He's chopping on the arm. Keep in mind he's giving up a lot of size here, but he's working on the arm and he's keeping his weight and he's trying to run a half. He's trying to run a half hard. He's trying to power a half. He's under the arm. He's trying to power that half. He's now running the claw move, and they're off the mat with 1:30 to go in the second period. And Dylan Bycel has so far in the second period effectively ridden Riggle. Riggle's coming on the mat. Dylan's he's got to avoid getting tired here, and I don't know how you do it against a bigger opponent like that. And a pinner. He's driving, and he breaks Riggle down momentarily, but Riggle comes right back up. Dylan's trying to hook up a cradle, a dangerous thing to do, and he hooks it up. Oh, and Riggle kicks out of it. He's under the arm on the right side. He's under the arm. He's got Riggle broken down on the mat. We have 1:10 to go. Dylan Bycel has a 5-2 lead. He needs to not get too high. So many times a year ago, he was dominating opponents in just a little bit of body position. But he's improved, and he's driving again. And now he shoots a half from side to side. He doesn't want to get too high, and he doesn't want to pull Riggle on top of him. That would be a bad thing to do. We have 45 seconds to go. Dylan is driving. He's jumping out to the left side. He's got Riggle broken down. He's under the arm. Riggle gets hit for stalling with 33 seconds to go in the period, and Dylan runs that half. And that Spiral Ridner off the mat with 28 to go. Riggle gets set on the bottom. Dylan needs to be tough but cautious here with 28 to go. Riggle tries to sit out. Dylan tries to hook up a cradle. He has it hooked up, but he's not in good position with it. He's not in good position with it right now. He's got it hooked up, but he's not in good position with it. He needs to go the other way. We got 10 seconds to go in the period. He's trying to rock it. He doesn't want to lose him. He doesn't want to let him out. He's hanging on. He is hanging on, and he will hang on and control the second period. We have a 5-2 lead for Dylan Bycel with 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go in the bout, and Dylan's choice, and he takes down, and this is dangerous. You're under the big man. The big man's hit for stalling, and Riggle says he wanted to go optional. He changed his mind. Dylan has to get to his feet. Bald Eagle thought they had an interlock. They didn't get it, and we have an escape with 1:55 to go. Now it's a case of don't make a mistake. You have a 6-2 lead. He's in on a double leg. He takes Riggle down. He's driving. He takes Riggle. He's driving. He doesn't get it, but he's driving. He's driving. The Bald Eagle staff wanted him to cut him loose. He's got an 8-2 lead. Riggle's already been hit for stalling. Dylan looks tough. He just needs to not make any mistakes. No mistakes. They want him to cut him loose. He cuts him loose. Now you don't want to make a mistake. You've got an 8-3 lead. You've got an 8-3 lead. We've got 1:24 to go. Dylan taps. He taps. He taps. He shoots. Oh, that shot was from too far out. You don't want to be out of position. He's trying to hook you up. Dylan has to work up out of that. Wriggle's looking for a mixer. He tries to pull. Dylan pushes. You need to get out of that. And everybody around me saying the same thing. There's a minute to go. He's out of it, and they're on their feet and off the mat with 1 minute to go and an 8-3 lead. A huge bout. Coach Troy Geno is telling him to shoot. They want takedowns. They need a takedown. He shoots from too far out, but he needs to finish it now. He shot from too far out. There's 50 seconds left. He's still driving. He has to drive forward. Hang on to that leg and drive forward. Now he's in position. He's getting in position. They're coming to the scorer's table. They're off the mat. 42 to go. Dylan Bycel. Rego is taking injury time. We have 42 seconds left in a bout that Central Mountain, without a doubt, thought they would win. Bald Eagles' Dylan Bycel has an 8-3 lead. We've wrestled through 8 bouts. This is the 9th bout of the night. The dual meet is tied at 21. And this is a pivotal bout, obviously, as they've all been. But somebody had said today earlier, a Central Mountain fan had said on the District 6 site that we would have a barn burner tonight here. And I didn't know if we'd have a barn burner or not, but through the first 8, the barn's in flames, and we're tied at 21. And even right here, Riggle may have a burst of energy here now. He may have a second wind. He trails 8-3, and he needs a big move, and he's a big move guy. Bycel taps. He drives. He lifts. He drives. He takes Riggle. Almost. See, and there's where you got to be careful. Dylan made a beautiful shot. Riggle rolled through, but they went off the mat. It's 8-3. 8-3 with 34 seconds to go. Dylan's looking. He's tapping. He shoots again. He's got to drive. He's driving. He's got 2 on the edge of the mat with 25 to go. It's 10-3. And now you don't want to make a mistake. But now Bald Eagle's telling Dylan to cut him loose. And don't make a mistake, but get another takedown. He taps. He shoots. It's 10-4. He drives. 2. Oh, no, he doesn't get 2. I'm cheering with the fans. 17 to go. They're telling him, no mistake. Make one good, clean shot. Try to get that major. Do what you can to get it. Dylan's pushing. He's pushing. He's snapping. He shoots in. There's a penalty point. It's 11-4. He's not going to get the major, I don't think. But Dylan Bycel has knocked off Tanner Riggle, and the Eagles lead 24-21. We're going to 220. We have 5 bouts left. There are 5 bouts left tonight. And we have Malik Houts, who's much bigger than Bald Eagles' David Close. Much bigger. But this is a huge bout. The Eagles really need this one. And David Close has been great so far this year. Houts is tough. He's in. He shoots. David counters. Sprawls. We're off the mat. No scoring. 1:47 to go in the first period. This is the first of the final 5 bouts of the night. Bald Eagle leads 24-21. Close goes collar tie. Close is another one of these guys that's in excellent condition. And conditioning played a big role in that last bout. Houts is much bigger. Houts is looking for the big move. The toss, the throw. And Bald Eagle's just looking for a win here to send this thing down to the final 3 bouts of the night. The gym is on fire at Wingate. Closest collar tie. We have 1:20 to go in the first period. We're at 2:20. There are 4 bouts to go after this one. A nice duck attempt by Houts. And Houts gets a takedown. Really nice shot. Nice duck. And they are Closest trying to get a restart. We have 1:02 to go. Malik Houts of Central Mountain Malik Houts of Central Mountain has a 2-0 lead. Close comes to his feet. Keep in mind he's given up 20 pounds. Close comes out. He gets one. 50 seconds to go. First period, 2-1. Now Close tries to drop in. Was going to try a high crotch. Got blocked by Houts. Blocked it and dropped into a front headlock. And they are off the mat with 43 seconds to go. And hopefully we stay in this one nice and tight, and the conditioning can do it. Close taps ahead. He taps ahead. He snaps. Close, dangerous, slapping, working that headgear. Working the head and trying that inside control. Under 25 to go in the first period. Houts leads 2-1. David's tapping. He's tapping. He's got it. And Bald Eagle fans didn't like that. And that was it appeared Houts had a pretty good grip of the headgear there, but nothing comes of that. We're down to 5 seconds left in the period. It's 2-1 Houts. Virtue of that very nice duck under takedown, and Houts drops in another nice shot. Houts is very quick, and he's got a very substantial size advantage. Whose choice is it? It's Dave Close's choice. Bald Eagle bench is telling Close he's got to keep pushing. They want David to keep pushing. They're hoping this baby is decided on conditioning late. David starts the second period on the bottom. He trails 2-1. He's up. Houts tried to cradle him, didn't work. David powered out of it in 5 seconds, and we have a 2-2 tie. David comes in a good hard collar tie with his right arm. Another one. Houts does that duck again, and David comes in. Oh! He stopped that duck under that time and almost trapped Houts in a very dangerous position. 143 to go in the second period. It's 2-2. The collar tie again, another one. David Close. Really, if you're Bald Eagle, you need to score in this period because Central Mountain gets the choice in the third. They're telling him to pick up the pace, control the tempo. He's back in the center, ready to go. 1:33 left in the second period. We're tied at 2. Close with the underhook. His left arm. He's got a nice underhook. Is he going to drop in? He tried to, and Houts blocked it. We have 1:15 to go. We're still tied at 2 in the second period. Close tapping. Down to his knees goes Houts. Just over a minute to go in the second period. It's still 2-2. Good advice. They want motion and movement out of David Close. That's the Bald Eagle staff. And they're exactly 1 minute to go. We're going to restart. Tied at 2, neutral. David Close. Bald Eagle. Malik Houts of Central Mountain. On the whistle. Oh, he tried that collar tie, and Houts kind of bobbed under that. We're down to 50 seconds left. And there's that duck under attempt again. And David Close takes Houts to his back. He's got Houts on his back. It's close. It's very close. It's very, very close. It's close. He's looking. The official's looking at it. There's the ball. David Close has pinned Malik Houts in 3:27. It sounds like Cannon McMillan, folks. It sounds like Cannon McMillan in 1987. That's what it sounds like in here tonight. It's 30-27. 3:27. David Close on the fall. BEA has a 30-21 lead. There are 4 bouts left. Jacob Edwards, a very fine heavyweight from Central Mountain, and Bald Eagle senior Kurt Hall. A very aggressive Jacob Edwards. Very aggressive in Central Mountains. Jacob Edwards is very aggressive. There are 3 bouts after this. And Edwards is a tosser, and he goes after falls and a pinner. We're only 12 seconds into this, and he's being very aggressive. Kurt's going to have to do something to grab a little bit of control of the tempo here. Bald Eagle leads 30-21. There are 4 bouts, counting this one left. Front headlock on that side, and Edwards is driving. Edwards is very quick. I was watching him in pre-meet warm-ups, and he takes Kurt down a half a minute into the bout. Edwards has a 2-0 lead. Bald Eagle has a 30-21 lead. Edwards is looking to run a half on the right side. Now he's back on the left side. We have 1:15 to go. He's got Kurt broken prone to the mat. Way over, about as far away and still be in action for me as you can get on this mat. But we have 1:05 to go, and they're off the mat with 1:04 to go. Cradle gets set up on the bottom. He trails 2-0. Edwards looks at the bench, and he says he's going to, Coach Walliser, he tells Coach Walliser that he is going to maybe go optional start. Central Mountain really going after a big one here, a fall or bonus points of some kind. He goes optional start, but he doesn't even intend at all to let Kurt out. He pounces down on him and is trying to do something to get him in position where he can turn him. Kurt is going to have to fight for a long time in this battle. Edwards is pretty aggressive on top. And right now he's controlling the wrist and he's trying to bar Kurt up. And he's wrenching on that to bar Kurt up. We have 35 seconds to go. It's only 2-0, but Edwards is dominating. There's a stall warning here in the first period on the Eagle heavyweight. And Edwards is wrenching a half. Edwards stays on his toes really well. Keeps his weight well proportioned for a heavyweight. And very good balance. We're down to 15 seconds left in the first period. And we have a dominating first period, but only a 2-0 lead for Central Mountain's Jake Edwards. That's the end of the first period. Kurt Hall was warned for stalling with 32 seconds left in the period. Edwards got a very quick takedown to start and dominated on top. Edwards takes down to start the second period. He leads 2-0. Bald Eagle leads the dual meet 30-21. And Kurt says, I'm going optional start on this guy. I'm just going to give him one. I guess he was underneath him a long time, and that takes a lot out of anybody, especially when the big guys are going at it. It's 3-0. They're neutral, and Edwards always boring forward, going with that underhook. Going with the underhook, trying the big move. Now he's trying to control Kurt's head, and he's going to try that underhook and throw, and he tosses Kurt down to his back, and he's very close to a fall. Very close. So Edwards gets a takedown and a 3-point near fall. And then he lets him go optional start. I'm not sure what the call was there. But Kurt's caught again underneath there. It's 8-1 Edwards. And Edwards is driving, and this time he's in position, and he gets the fall in 2:43. So this match is going down to the final three. The little guys will decide it. And now we have an interesting matchup here between Cooper Gillum of Bald Eagle and Anson Zimmerman of Central Mountain. And Cooper gets a quick takedown, and he's up 2-0. Nice move. He was going to throw a leg in, I thought, on the left side, but changed his mind on that right now, and now he's going underneath. He's dropping, he's controlling that wrist. He was looking like he was going after a tilt. We are at 1:06. It's the 12th bout of the night. Bald Eagle, no matter what happens here, has given a marvelous account of themselves. They lead mighty Central Mountain 30-21. And the Eagles have Cooper Gillum on the mat right now, leading 2-0, and they've got Garrett Giedrock and freshman Drake Holderman coming up. Cooper cuts Zimmerman loose, and it is 2-1 with 1:18 to go in the first period, and they're going to be neutral. Cooper's working on it. Cooper's in on another shot. He's very aggressive. And they're called off the mat. That only took 7 seconds, so there's 1:11 to go. We're going to start again. Zimmerman tall and lanky. Cooper trying to work that rush, and now he drops underneath, and he hangs on to the arm. I think he knows what's at stake here, and Cooper has picked up falls in his first two dual meet bouts against Clearfield and Huntington, and now with a 4-1 lead and just under a minute to go in the first period. He's trying to hook up a combination on Zimmerman, but he gives up on that for the time being. And now Cooper has a Cradle hooked up. He has a Cradle hooked up, and he rocks Zimmerman to his back. It's very close. It's very close. It's very close. I thought he had it, but then Zimmerman adjusted. Cooper's working. He's driving, and there it is. Closing down the fall in 141. In 141, Bald Eagle gets a fall out of Cooper Gillum. It's 36-27 in 141. And with that said, there are 2 bouts left, and the Eagles have a 9-point lead. And one of the most evenly matched up battles of the night, Johnny Schreffler of Central Mountain and Garrett Giedrock of BEA. And this is a very interesting situation. And I'm going to do some counting here. This is a huge bout. If Garrett Giedrock wins, just as with Huntington pressure-packed bout on Tuesday night, he got an 8-6 win that clinched the dual meet in the final bout over the vaunted Bearcats. Tonight, a dual meet win over Central Mountain is BEA's if Garrett Giedrock wins this bout. And Schreffler is very tough. This is one of those that they used to say if they wrestle 10 times, Giedrock was in on a shot, didn't get it. Schreffler fended it off. We're scoreless. We have 1 minute and 15 to go in the first period. This bout, just like the dual meet, could be a barn burner. We have 1:14 to go, and we're going to get reset neutral. Schreffler was already set. Garrett's coming in the center. Garrett fades in. He fades in. He's in on the leg. He's got the leg of Schreffler. Schreffler does a nice job countering that. A nice block. Garrett is just trying to finish and get a takedown. I don't know if he needs to worry about trying to take him to his back. He needs to get a takedown finish shot, and he just misses. A nice whizzer, a really nice whizzer and hip control by Schreffler, and he avoids a takedown. Garrett's still working it. There's 45 to go in the first period. We're scoreless. Garrett drops. He has both legs. He gets a takedown with 41 seconds to go. They're off the mat. Garrett Giedrock leads 2-0 over Johnny Schreffler. Schreffler gets set on the bottom. Schreffler's out immediately. It's 2-1. It's 2-1 against Huntington. Giedrock won the big bout because he got the only 3 takedowns in that bout in an 8-6 win. He gets the first one here tonight. We have 25 to go in the first period. Garrett leads 2-1. Schreffler, they're both quick and they're both very good. Collar tie, both of them down on their knees in a collar tie, 15 and counting. Schreffler tries to step behind. He almost did, but now Giedrock steps in. Who's coming up? 2! Garrett Giedrock gets a takedown with 5 seconds left. He goes up 4-1. The crowd in Wingate is ready to bust at the seams, folks, but we got a lot of wrestling to go. Schreffler takes down to start the second period. Garrett leads 4-1. He goes left arm tight waist, chopping on the right side, and out comes Schreffler. It's 4-2. Garrett leads 4-2. Garrett will have the choice. I'm already looking ahead to the third period. Garrett Giedrock, Central Mountain undefeated, 63-6 over Shamokin, 69-6 over Selinsgrove. Top Hat tournament champions, third in the mighty King of the Mountain tournament that Bald Eagle finished ninth in, and the Eagles lead 36-27. We have 1 minute 15 to go here at 1:13, and Garrett Giedrock leads Johnny Schreffler 4-2. They're neutral. This is a big minute of the second period. You don't want to make a mistake here. You've got the choice in the third period. No mistakes. You stay tough and you stay conditioned. We're under 1 minute to go in the second period. Schreffler makes a shot, and they are off the mat. They will get restarted with 57 to go. And Garrett leading 4-2. We're neutral. The Bald Eagle bench, very lively, very animated. A shot doesn't work, too far out by Garrett. We're down to 40 seconds in the second period. We're down to 40 seconds, another shot. That one there, he didn't get in. Schreffler controlled the wrist and was able to block him. We have half a minute. Schreffler's in on a shot, and they're off the mat. And he was out of position there. Schreffler was in position to get the takedown, but Garrett battled it off, and they went off the mat. 30 seconds and counting in the second period. Garrett leads 4-2, and he should have the choice in the third period. And just like last Tuesday, when for the entire bout, everybody here was on pins and needles as he came on the mat. They will be tonight too, probably. Schreffler's in on a leg. He's got the leg. A good whizzer, and no control. They're off the mat, neutral. 7 seconds to go. Garrett Giedrock leads Johnny Schreffler 4-2. Bald Eagle freshman Drake Holderman, who has lost 2 heartbreaking dual meets this year. He's 0-4 on the year. He lost 10-8 in overtime at Clearfield after leading 5-0. He lost 4-3 at Huntington when he got taken down with 28 seconds left. He is on deck. He is the last Eagle, and he is on deck. And it looks like he would be facing Dalton Bechtel if we come down to 120. Garrett Giedrock. Schreffler opted to start neutral, give Garrett a point. Garrett leads 5-2. Garrett fades in. Schreffler blocks. They're neutral, 1:45 to go. Garrett's got a 3-point lead. He needs to be very aggressive yet very cautious, if that makes sense. No mistakes. Schreffler in on a leg. In deep on a leg. Garrett on a whizzer. Again on a whizzer. What do we got here? We've got a minute and a half to go. Schreffler working the leg. Garrett working the whizzer. Garrett leading 5-4 or 5-2. Schreffler trying to block it. Trying to post that knee and get the takedown. But Garrett's got the whizzer. And they're off the mat, neutral. That's a good call. We have 1:15 to go. It's 5-2. The Bald Eagle coaching staff is a little bit animated, all except the head coach. He's nice and calm over there. The rest of them, we have a bloody nose. We have a bloody nose. It looks like Garrett's going to have trainer Scott DeVore and 5 Bald Eagle coaches, and I don't know who else come out to look at his bloody nose. And this could be one of the most important bloody noses in the last 15 years of Bald Eagle wrestling history to get repaired and get the wrestler back in action. We have 1:12 to go. Garrett Giedrock has a 5-2 lead over a very solid opponent in Central Mountain's Johnny Schreffler. Garrett actually knocked Schreffler off at the King of the Mountain tournament, but Schreffler was a runner-up in the 22-team Top Hat tournament, or 18-team Top Hat tournament. So very, very established, very solid wrestler here. And Bald Eagle leads, by the way, 36-27, and there's one bout left after this one. So they're going to get this cleaned up. The blood time has stopped, and now we're on the cleanup time. And you got to wonder what all kinds of advice Garrett Giedrock got down there, because he had 3 medical people and at least 4 coaches standing around him during that procedure. And now we're restarted here with 1:10 to go. And there's a tap. The tap again by Schreffler. Schreffler's been good on that single. Garrett survived with the whizzer in the hips twice. And we don't want to make the mistake. Don't want to give up the big move. But you got the 3-point lead, and you don't really want to burn a stall call at this point, but you want to stay in good position. Schreffler spinning, and now Schreffler gets a powerful takedown, and it is with 40 seconds left. It's 5-4, and this crowd's going to go wild, and Garrett Giedrock is going to. It's 6-4. We have 20 seconds left. 20 seconds left. 25 seconds left. It's 6-4. They're neutral. Almost the same exact situation we had last on Tuesday night against Huntington. 15 seconds left. Garrett Gaderock. Schreffler's got to get a takedown. Garrett Gaderock. Garrett has to block him. We have 9 seconds left. He's in on a leg. He's got a whizzer. He's got 3. He's got 2. He's got 1. Bald Eagle has beaten Central Mountain. The Eagles have knocked off the King. The Eagles have beaten mighty Central Mountain, and I'm going to clap for that. It's 39-27 in Wingate. There's 1 bout to go, and it's going to be quite a trip over the Beach Creek Bridge tonight, folks. Here comes Bald Eagle freshman Drake Holderman. There's no pressure on the Eagle freshman now. No pressure at all. It's 39-27. Bald Eagle has just taken control of the Mountain League race. They have taken complete control of the Mountain League race. They've just evened the all-time series with Central Mountain at 12 apiece. Drake Holderman, go out there, son, and get some experience and go after this guy. We're scoreless, 16 seconds in. Drake set in the middle. He bobs, he weaves. As I said, he's lost 2 heartbreakers in his first 2 dual meet bouts as a freshman. So he's got a very promising future ahead of him. We're scoreless, a half a minute in. Bechtel's in on a single, now to a double, and now a takedown. And now he's going to try to work up, and he does work up. They're off the mat. 1:25 to go. 1:25 to go in this dual meet. In this bout. I'm a little excited. The loudest and happiest I've seen this gym in a long, long time, folks. Long time. Bechtel's hooking up, trying to hook up a cradle, and Drake's fighting that off nicely right now, but we still have a minute to go, about a minute to go in the first period. Dalton's very solid. Drake's trying to fight that off. He's trying to fight it off. He rolls clear through it. He didn't even give up back points, and now he almost fought that off, but Bechtel very strong, maintaining control. 45 to go in the first period. Bechtel leads 2-0, and he's got Drake in a precarious position right here with that cradle. 1:35. We are down to a half a minute to go here in the first period. Drake is stuck, but from my vantage point, well, I don't know. From my vantage point, he looks like he's caught there. Not going anywhere, but his right shoulder appears to be up off the mat. Now, Bechtel adjusts, and it's close. It's very close, and Drake turned in, and there's a fall. In 1:47, the dual meet is over. And Bald Eagle area is 3-0. They have knocked off the King. They have knocked off Central Mountain, a school 3 times their size. And the crowd is roaring in Wingate. As I said, folks, I've seen some great ones here. And I would say with the roar, in 3 corners of the 4 corners in this gym, it's like the night Cannon McMillan came to Wingate in 1987. It's going to be an interesting night, folks, on the District 6 wrestling talk sites and forums tonight. I would expect that it's just going to be quite some conversation. I don't know how long I'm going to stay on here. Nobody's told me. I don't know if we bring Coach Geno up here and talk to him, but if we do, I'd certainly love to do that. And I got to check here. I don't see real well, so I'm trying to write with contact lenses in my eyes that were made for 200-yard distance vision. But quite a night here in Wingate, and oh my is all I can say. And this dual meet, likely, if they wrestled 100 times, you'd never get 2 results that were even really resembled each other a lot. But the coin toss, give Coach Kyle Wallace credit. He told me tonight, he told me earlier today that it doesn't matter where the random draw starts. If Bald Eagle wins the coin toss, good things can happen. They can get some favorable matchups, and they got them. So, and again, I don't know if we're still on the air here, but I see a very happy athletic director talking to Hunter Gano down there on the edge of the mat, and he hasn't given me the sign to to be quiet or anything. So I hope the camera's still on, even if I'm not on, so they can see this crowd. Because it was a great night in Wingate. And to quote Woody Hayes, who used to call Michigan that team up north. Well, tonight the Eagles met the giant, the team up north. And tonight, the trip back north is going to be a little different than many, many people expected. A great night here. This crowd is just exuberant. And I'm gonna step off for a second just to see if we're actually off the air. If not, I'll be back on. If we are, good evening. Jimmy, are we off the air? Is this thing off the air now? I don't know. It's been a while. They led the series 12 to 11 coming into tonight, but I moved back here 10 years ago and I haven't seen it. And that Gillum is a little better than the last one. A little bit. What's a little more time?